Have you ever felt burdened by your past mistakes? What about missed opportunities or maybe unfulfilled goals? I know I have, and I can only imagine that you have as well. It's all too easy to carry the weight of guilt and shame from our past experiences. But today, I want to assure you that it's time to embrace a fresh perspective. It's time to embrace the clean slate. Welcome to the Do More podcast, your source of inspiration, motivation, and practical tips for achieving productivity and really personal growth. Friends, I'm your host, Ben, from benrimble.com coaching, where we focus on 3 foundational pillars. Those are leadership, productivity, and organization. And today, we're diving into a topic that resonates with us all: the clean slate policy. The clean slate policy is all about recognizing that we must start right here, right now, where we are, and do what we can, and then move on, carry on. The chapters of the past, friends, they've already been written. We can't change those, but here's the beauty. The rest of the book is a clean slate, waiting for us to create and to shape our future and to write those chapters. First, let's address the guilt and shame. The guilt and shame that comes from our past experiences, from our past failures, whatever it is. Friends, it's important to understand that dwelling on your mistakes or missed opportunities, they only do one thing. They hinder our progress. They stop us dead in our tracks. Guilt and shame serve no purpose. Let me repeat that. Guilt and shame serve no purpose, especially if they prevent us from taking action, moving forward. So right here, right now, I invite you to release those negative emotions and embrace the power of forgiveness for both yourself and for others. Go ahead. Do it. Do it right now. Don't be afraid to pause the podcast. Don't worry, friends. I'll be right here waiting when you come back. Okay. Now that we've cleared away the weight of our past, it's time to shift our focus on the future. But how can we make the most of our now clean slate? Let's explore 3 practical strategies that can help us move forward. Strategy number 1, set clear and meaningful goals. When we have a vision of where we want to go, we can make deliberate choices and take intentional actions. We have to start by asking ourselves, what do I want to achieve? And what steps can I take today to move closer to that goal? Sometimes it even helps to start one step before the goal setting and recognize our why. If you missed that episode of the podcast titled Results Follow Reasons, re-listen. We need to find our why so that we can set our goals and our achievement desires based on what our foundational core values are. And friends, I am in the process actually of developing a mini course called Smarter Goal Setting. We've all heard the SMART acronym before, SMART goals. I'm putting together a mini course that will walk you through step by step, hold your hand through the process of making smarter goals, making sure that these goals are something that you're going to be able to stick with and that you're going to be able to achieve. Now, if you're interested in jumping on board or getting early access to this mini course, maybe even helping me out with a little bit of feedback, let me know by sending an email to ben@benribble.com. Again, that's the Smarter Goal Setting mini course. You can be an early adopter. You can jump in right now, get access. Just send me an email, ben@benribble.com. All right, moving on to strategy number 2. This sounds simple, but friends, there's a little bit of work that goes into this. Develop positive habits. And I want to reassure you that it starts with small, consistent actions that will create a significant change over time. So start with small changes, small, positive changes in your life. And if you want to make the most impact, identify the habits that align with your goals and align with your why, that foundation we talked about. And then commit to practicing them daily. And friends, I say practice. That word is intentional because when it comes to changing our habits, it's hard. It's not easy in the slightest. And so practicing gives you the opportunity to do it correctly, but then do it incorrectly and fix it, right? When we practice, we're not always practicing things perfectly. That's the idea of practice. We have to learn from our mistakes and we have to keep moving forward. So if you're working on a new habit and you slip one day, why? Reflect on it. Why did you slip? Why did you miss that habit? And how can you change your actions, your daily tasks or whatever it is so that moving forward, you can achieve that goal, achieve that new positive habit, and even build upon it. Remember, friends, it's not about perfection here. It's more about progress. We're moving forward. Embrace the power of incremental improvement. Little bits at a time can make a big impact on your life. And strategy number 3, when it comes to the clean slate policy, starting over, starting fresh, is surround yourself with a supportive community. Friends, we all need encouragement and we all need accountability on our journey of personal growth. So, seek out like-minded individuals who can inspire you, who can challenge you, individuals that can celebrate your success with you. And together, yes, I said we, because I want you to join me as part of my supportive community. And you can join me I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram. Join me so that we can achieve so much more together than we ever could alone. We can encourage one another. Remember, the clean slate policy isn't about erasing our past. We can't do that. But what we do need to understand is that we have to embrace that past and we can move forward from it. It's about acknowledging our history and using it as a stepping stone towards our new, brighter future. The mistakes that we've made and the lessons that we've learned, they have shaped us into who we are today. Embrace that. Use it. Build on it. Now, as we go to wrap up this episode, I want you to reflect on these words. The chapters of the past are already written, but the rest of the book is a clean slate. Embrace the power of the clean slate policy and take control of your narrative. Well, friends, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of the Do More podcast. I truly hope that today's episode has inspired you to let go of your guilt, and let go of your shame, and really to change your focus to creating a future filled with purpose and possibility. Remember, you have the power to do more. And until next time, I want you to stay motivated and remember to make today a great day.
This episode of the Do More podcast was brought to you by the Laser Focused Life Coaching. If you enjoyed today's episode and want to learn more about maximizing your productivity and achieving your goals, visit our website at laserfocused.life to sign up for a free 30-minute coaching session. Thanks again for listening to the Do More podcast.